Greetings, everyone. This is Stirring It Up with Chef Bee live. We are here in Smyrna.
Yes. Smyrna, Georgia.
Smyrna, Georgia, with Trish Roberts of Black Vegan Life. And also
Honey Butterflies.
Honey Butterflies. That's right. See, she is a woman of all transformations, right? Yes. Today we are making two dishes, right? We're making
we're gonna make
first
sweet potato pie juice. So it's a fresh pressed juice. And then we're gonna make Black Vegan Life kale salad.
Ooh, see, we be branding things on the show. You like that name?
I like it.
Yes. So Trish and I have been friends for a few years now.
I think maybe it's 3 years.
It's been like 3 years, and she's awesome. She's wonderful. She's one of my New Yorkers, my sister girls from New York.
From Brooklyn. Yes.
Home girls from Brooklyn, and really have connected around a lot of the does with her social group, Black Vegan Life.
Well, you used to come out to a lot of our stuff.
Yeah.
You used to cook for us.
I used to cook for you guys.
Cooking demos.
When you had the cooking classes with the essential oils, you would bring all your folks over there. So, we started there. Actually, no, we didn't start there. We started at a festival, a yoga.
We were at Healthful Essence.
No, okay, that's what you're talking about. I'm talking about when we met. High Vibrations Living, yes. Or it was like High Vibrations. It was a yoga festival. It was really beautiful. It was just 1 year. And everyone was like, when are they coming back? And they never came back. I met Trish there, y'all. I met Trish there, and then the second time we saw each other was at one of the Black Vegetarian Society of Georgia.
You were soaking up those apples.
Yep, I was.
It's something.
The Ambar. Yes, it was some essential oils.
I said, I need this woman in my life. Yes,
indeed. and she has me. Now I'm here. Look, we're all the way in Smyrna doing a cooking show.
Everybody use Ambar.
Yes.
It's like changed my life.
And it's so good. It's so good for you.
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna actually talk a little bit about Trish's transformation. Trish is now a life coach.
I am.
And she is
self-actualization
coach.
Excuse
me, a self-actualization coach. And she has a few wonderful events coming up. So we'll chat about that while we're preparing the food. So tell us what we need to do first to make the sweet potato pie juice. So tell me what we need to do.
Okay. So it has all the deliciousness of sweet potato.
Yes.
And then the sweetness comes from the apple. And then a little spice from some ginger. And we're going to kick it off with a little extra with the ginger essential oil.
Yes.
And then at the end, if you like, which I do because I like a lot of spice, you can top it off the same way you would top off your pie. So we got nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves.
Wonderful. All right, so these sweet potatoes.
I love my juicer because I just throw things right in there.
Yes. All right. So we want to rinse these off. What do we want to do? Just what we want to do?
No, we gotta rinse them.
Okay. Just asking.
We don't want to go too crazy. We're vegan and they're organic, but we don't want to go too crazy.
And these are organic sweet potatoes. Yeah. All right. And we want to make sure that when we're purchasing certain kinds of vegetables, we're using the best quality, right? And so particularly with sweet potatoes, things like that have like a thin skin, you want to make sure that you are using organic. All right. Same thing with apples. You want to make sure that you're doing organic apples. There's a lot of local varieties. I actually have. I'm trying to think what's the name of that variety. I can't even think of it.
I know they have the pink ladies that are out now.
Pink ladies. I love Gala, Macintosh. Those look like Fuji's.
Yeah.
There's one of my favorites is the Honey Crisps. Have you seen those before?
I've heard of them,
they're
but
crunchy,
I don't feel like
they're
I see
sweet.
them anywhere. Are they hard to find?
Actually, I usually can go to like the DeKalb Farmers Market and find them, or there's a Kroger off of Edgewood that I'll go to and I can find a variety of apples there.
I got you.
So good. But my first introduction to like really nice apples was Gala. Yes. That's what.
Or Gala.
Gala.
Depending which mood you're in.
Yeah, depending on what mood you're in. So I love my apples. Super good for you, keeps you regular, all that good stuff. Did you also know that like with the sweet potatoes, particularly if you get them from local farmers, when they grow, they have greens on top of them, and you can actually take the greens and you can saute them and have sweet potato greens. And they're absolutely
I did not know that.
They're sweet.
I've never seen that.
Yes, but when you get them in the grocery store,
beet greens sometimes.
Beet greens the same thing because they're all root vegetables, so they have all of these wonderful greens. greens
Of course.
that you can just eat, and you can actually add it to a salad. You can saute it lightly. Delicious.
So you see them at the DeKalb Farmers Market?
So when you're purchasing from like a local farmer,
Mm-hmm.
that's probably when you're gonna see them the most.
Okay.
Because they'll hold on to the greens and then they'll sell them at market.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So something to look for, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
you know, I always tell people growing up, I thought food came from the grocery store, and
Yeah.
like that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and then as
particularly living in New York, you know, you
Yeah.
don't see the process of what happens. The seed goes into the earth, it grows, and then from there you have this amazing food.
yeah.
You just this is ginger. Here, this
right.
is you know.
If it's not at the store, then you know. Or I mean, even out here,
Yeah.
like I can't say I've been to a lot of farms,
Really?
but I got to do better. 2020.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's so many farms in Georgia, right? So everything, like everything. Apple orchards, blueberries, strawberries. It's all about eating within the season.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, because you know why?
Why?
Well, I'm sure you know why, but I'm going to say what I learned that I know why about eating the seasons is that it's almost like our bodies are designed so perfectly for our environment.
Absolutely.
Like even in other countries, the foods that are in season brings the nutrients, the nutrients that they need.
Yes.
So so here
It's the same
eating in
thing.
season is the
Yeah,
same thing.
it's
the nutrients
that's the goal of it, right? And so some people would argue, well, if you are from somewhere else and you come here, then you're not necessarily eating to your season, but you're now in a new space, and so your body's adapting. And so because you're consuming the things in that new space, that would be your season until you go back to the other space where you initially were. So it's all about adaptability.
I think all that just shows how fascinating our bodies are.
Yes, I think so too. Yes.
Which is amazing.
And
can I start?
We do have a little studio audience. Y'all can't see them, but we're going to just clap.
Shout out to the studio audience.
Shout out to the studio audience. All right. So what do we do first?
Okay. So I'm not a person who measures a whole lot. I like to kind of taste things, right?
That's good.
And sweet potatoes already have their own sweetness to them. So typically I'll do maybe like 3 sweet potatoes to 2 apples, like a ratio kind of like that. If you find that it's too thick or too sweet for you, you could always add water, to make it longer. But can I just throw them in?
Yeah. Gotta turn on that juicer first.
See, listen. And it works.
I love it. And it's coming out, it's just like carrot juice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like carrot milk?
Makes me feel fine.
Yeah. So
That's like
good.
Caribbean to me. Well,
Very Caribbean.
Yeah.
Very good. Alright, so we did our 3 to 2, right?
Yeah, I did 3 to 2. And I did not get a spoon.
You want me to get one?
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Here?
Yeah, right in there. Do you see some spoons? One. Yay, just one. Thank you. And if anybody uses, this is a Breville juicer. I don't know if you guys can see, but if
I love
anybody
those,
uses juicer at home, I just take one of these little, plastic bags from the grocery store, and I put it where the pulp goes. It makes the cleanup just a lot easier, so it goes right in there. So we did the 3 to 2. Let me do some ginger.
And so for those of you out there, ginger is just super good, particularly this
Look, I got scared. I started putting the ginger, then I'm like, wait a minute. Am I going to spice y'all out?
No, that's good.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Handle it?
Of
Okay.
course.
Don't cry.
Can y'all handle it here? They're like, yes, we can. We can handle it. And that ginger is super good for getting rid of mucus out the body. That's good. That's enough.
It didn't look like it did anything for first.
Oh no, it's enough. And then you're gonna add the ginger essential oil too.
Yes.
That looks like that's good.
All right. So I'm just gonna test it.
Okay. You smell it, huh?
Brian,
He smells it.
it's good for you.
Yes.
All right. So one
So
drop.
just one drop.
Yeah.
That's just one.
All right.
It's gonna come out fast. Bam.
You gotta do
There you
it.
go.
Yeah. See, I know how to do it.
All right, so we got our 1 drop of ginger essential oil, super good for your digestive system. super good for just keeping your gut health intact. And so I'm really excited to taste this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a commitment to be more raw in 2020.
Yeah.
Because I mean, honestly, this right here, this will change your life. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's see.
All right, and then you need your spices on it.
Okay.
So,
We got cloves.
can you handle cloves?
Yeah, I love cloves.
Okay.
Cloves is amazing. Anti-inflammatory, antioxidants, all
Go
that.
on, go on.
Cinnamon. It's
Bam.
gonna be good for your blood sugar levels, right? And then nutmeg. Nutmeg is just delicious.
That
Right?
smells
I'm
great.
sure it has some nutritional benefits, but I can't think of what they are at this moment.
All I know is it is the
It's
nut
just-
of Grenada. Did you know that?
It's the nut of Grenada?
Mm-hmm. It's their symbol.
Really?
Like Jamaica. What is Jamaica? Jamaica?
Mm.
Rum?
I know Guyana's like rum. And you have a bird too.
Okay.
You have a
So
bird.
the Grenada flag has a nut on it.
And it's the nutmeg?
Mm-hmm. Oh, uh-oh.
Did you give me too much? You trying to... I don't know what
Wait,
you...
I didn't give you any cloves.
Ooh, it
yet.
smells good.
You never see, usually I would fill it up, but I don't
It's
want
so
our
good.
studio audience to get really mad because, like, I gave you everything.
We
So,
can always make more. All right.
okay. You can stir it if you want it. Is it too spicy?
Oh, snap. That's
It's
so
delicious.
good.
Now, have you juiced the sweet potato before?
Of course, I've juiced the sweet.
Everything.
I've done it, but you know what I've
You can
done?
juice a cauliflower.
Actually, you know what I've done? I have juiced a sweet potato, but I pureed a sweet potato.
Okay.
So like you put in a Vitamix and make
Right.
a smoothie with it. So it's
So
a lot
you pureed
thicker.
it, but you never juiced it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
And
Okay, so it's your first time with
so
the juiced
good.
potato.
All right, so delicious. My cameraman wants to try it. That is so good. You saw how I slipped it to him, y'all? I slipped it to him.
Should we
That amazing. Yes, we got it.
What?
What?
Or should we just like let them watch and go and suffer?
That is so good. And you know what? I
Is it
love
strong?
it's so good. Did you like it?
It's
Strong? He don't like it. Let me see.
I don't like it.
It's different.
Yeah.
Look, I gotta taste this.
Mm.
Knowing that there's sweet
That's
potatoes
really
in it.
good.
Like if I didn't know, I would be like.
You'd like it if you
"This is
didn't
good,"
know?
but I do.
Mm.
So it's like.
It's good. You can be questioning my life just now.
That's delicious.
All right.
You guys are gonna try it. So,
And again,
mhm.
you know, always make things to taste. Because, like, it could be sweeter. If you wanted it to be sweeter, just put a little bit
More
more
than
apple in
that.
it.
More than that.
I'm saying because he said if he didn't know it was a sweet potato, he'd like it better.
That's true.
And he'd like it better
I
probably
could
if
start
it was
sprinkling.
more of an apple.
That is a life changer. I can see what you mean by that.
Well, you know, I'm just saying too, compared to,
I want more.
you know, compared to what we're usually doing out here, which is eating a lot of processed stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm gonna juice some more,
All right, so here we go.
and I'm just gonna save
So,
that one for
The
later.
ladies, I'm going to hook them up. You can pass that one for me. And what we're doing is dressing this with our little toppings.
It tastes like it has oatmeal in it.
It's so good. That's special. That's special. All right, ladies, I want y'all to try this.
And it's a nice beverage for the holidays.
Mm-hmm. I think it's different. There you go.
Really different.
There you go.
He said really different.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mhm, you're welcome. All right, and then they're gonna tell us what they think. Mhm.
Ginger, I know that much.
So, da 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 da. What you
It's too
think?
much for you.
No, I like it. But it's still
You
good.
like
I
that?
like ginger, but
Yeah.
I need it today, so.
Yeah, you need it. And actually, you can drink that too, Solomon.
You don't
I
have
don't
to
really
put
taste
ginger in
it.
there if you don't like it.
Yeah, we put a little, like a little nub in there, a little thumbful in there. So you know what I love, y'all? You know, this is the beauty of what's happening with the whole plant-based movement. You know, people are becoming so creative and coming up with so many innovative combinations of flavors, you know? And so I think that it's so good to just go and be in the kitchen and just explore and have a good time. Because really, if you are going after a flavor, you can find it. You can use plants to find that flavor. You can use plants to find that texture. And that's the exciting thing about it, right? Or discover something completely new
Well,
Like,
it's
wait a
nice.
minute,
It's like you don't have to miss out on anything.
I don't think so. I think people think that they're missing out on something, but you're really not. You know?
Well, it's interesting. I had learned, I don't know, a while ago, whatever. I'm here for the spices and stuff.
I see you.
That like people typically eat like the same 5 meals over and over again. Just
Really?
Like 5 or 10.
5?
It might be 10, but it's not
Wow.
a lot. It's like you have your go-to meals
Yeah.
that you keep eating over
Right,
and over again.
right.
So when you change how you eat, you don't have to change your whole world.
Exactly.
You really just have to change 5 or 10 meals.
Isn't that
Even
something?
if you go crazy, you say, well, it's 15, I use 15. I mean, most people are not eating like something they never had before
Right,
every day.
right.
You know, they're eating the same stuff
Exactly.
that they know that's familiar that they like.
Yeah. All right, so we can actually, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna do.
I'm gonna juice the rest of this.
All right, so let's juice the rest of this, and then what we'll do is we'll jump into the kale salad afterwards.
Okay.
All right? But I definitely want some more of that beverage because that's delicious.
Okay.
Very, very
Usually I don't have stuff, but that one is so
Yeah,
big.
that one was a big one. And you know, y'all, Brevels are really, really good. I actually have a Breville as well, but mine looks a little different than yours. I actually have a dialing setting. So yours is on off.
When did you find yours?
I purchased mine maybe about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And so they're actually 4 settings. It goes from, low, where like let's say you're juicing something soft, like something like berries or grapes or something like that. And then if you're juicing like carrots or something like, sweet potato, something that's harder,
It's hard.
then you would dial it all the way up.
Yeah, I had gotten one from my dad, maybe about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and it has like 2 switches here.
Okay.
It's got like a low and a high, which I think is probably for the same purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, just to make sure that you extract all the pulp out of the liquid or out of the vegetable or the fruit, they have these different settings so that you can maximize on that.
Yeah. I had
give me
seen
some.
this first in that Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
Oh, the Breville.
film. Yeah,
I
that's
love
how I
this.
kind of ended up
This
getting
is so
it.
good.
Okay, so I'm hooking myself up,
Hook yourself up.
and then we'll move on to the.
Now, could I add, have you ever tried kind of playing with it? Because immediately when I think of recipes, I always want to change them. So I see us adding something like almond milk to that.
Yeah,
You
well,
know
that
what I
makes
mean?
it more like Korean stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
some
add
almond
milk to
milk,
it.
a little creamy, like a vanilla essence.
Too.
Right?
Good.
Doesn't that sound
Yes.
good? Right? Let me get some.
And you can make it longer too.
I can make it longer. What do you mean?
Well, no, I'm saying it'll stretch it. You know, because juicing, you only get to put so much out of your, your fruits and your vegetables. You know? So some people stretch with water, but if you add almond milk or
So
something
good.
like that.
That's delicious.
That
All right.
sounds good. Are you guys good? You need more? Over
If
there
you
in
have more.
Wonderful. Yes. All right, so we're gonna now jump into our kale salad.
Thank you.
Yes!
We're gonna jump into the kale salad.
Our black vegan life kale salad.
Mm.
So,
You have the same one?
Black Vegan Life just had its 5th anniversary, which I'm sure you know.
Yes. Isn't that exciting? So tell the viewers out there
Oh, what that is, right?
what that means. So tell them a little bit about Black Vegan Life and then tell them why you decided to even create a social club like this and really like some of the things that you guys been able to accomplish.
Yeah. So, I went, vegetarian in 2012. And then I decided to go vegan in 2014. And I realized that I didn't know anyone to even like have lunch with me.
Right. It's social. So true.
My family was shutting me. But anyway, so I thought, well, maybe. And there was already like a general group out there, that majority group, whatever. So I thought, well, maybe I could find one other black vegan in Atlanta to have lunch with. And I remember sitting on my sofa and clicking that button where I was like, because I kind of felt like I was putting myself out there. It's like you have a party and nobody shows up, So I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. And then it was just like, all these people started popping up.
Wow.
And it was like
Because everyone was looking for
5
each
people,
other.
then 50 people, then 100 people, and then it
Wow.
went to 3,000 people. And I was like, I don't know these people.
So you have how many members are in the group?
3,000. So at one point I scaled it back, and I started having a monthly fee for the group. So the group came back down to like 150 people. But for the 5-year anniversary, I decided to go ahead and take the fee off the group and let it be open to everybody. So now it's like 4,300 people.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah, we've had over 500 meetups
Wow.
in the past 5 years.
That's beautiful.
And we've just been doing all the things.
Yeah.
Eating everywhere and hiking and biking and going to cooking classes
Yes.
with nice ladies.
Yes. And doing retreats.
Doing retreats,
Yes.
yeah. We've had quite a few day retreats. We had a nice overnight retreat in Dahlonega Spa and Resort.
Did you go to Asheville for the yoga fest?
Yeah, we went to Asheville for the Vegan Fest.
Vegan fest, okay.
Yeah. Yoga's nice too, yes.
Yes.
But
I remember you going to Asheville, and I always associate Asheville with
you got
yoga.
me here with sweet potato on my nose.
I do.
You were not going to tell me.
I was thinking about it. I'm just trying to think of all these meetups.
Oh God, okay.
And you've been doing like 5Ks and running and just doing all this amazing stuff.
Well, listen, usually when I post like a half marathon or 10K, like there's like one person that might show up. Everybody's like, Trish, you're crazy. But we've done quite a few 5Ks. Yeah, we've done all kinds of stuff. Gone to Six Flags and more stuff than I can even count. But it's been great.
That's
It's
wonderful.
been great. I've met a lot of great people. And then all the festivals. And the
Yeah.
biggest thing was I discovered that there's this really amazing, robust vegan community here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on my sofa all alone trying to figure out if I could find a friend, and they were out there.
They're
but I
out
didn't
there,
know.
just not in the place you were looking, right?
Yeah, so I always tell people that meetup changed my life. And a lot of times
That's
people
true.
talk about social media like, it's so bad, you're gonna be all alone with your screen, you never leave the house.
Right.
But meetup was great because you actually go out and
Yeah, and I think it's the next step. So, meetup, which is where you publicize your meetup group, it is a social media platform to connect people, but then beyond the connection, virtually, you guys actually go and see each other physically.
Yeah.
And people want that. People don't just want to, some people do, they just want to connect virtually. But one of the things I know is a success for you is that you have folks who want to come and interact. You've created relationships, friendships with these folks, and so people are starving for that.
And that's human nature.
As you get older, you just want people who are just like you, So I always tell people, I recently graduated from Legacy Holistic Health Institute.
Okay.
And so Spelman was my first sorority, my first sister girl group, all my Spelman sisters. I've been knowing those women since I was 17 years old, 46. And so Legacy now is my grown up sisterhood. Those are women who are just like me, who are really passionate about wellness. And so that's really what your Black Vegan life is. It's you finding your tribe.
That's what I was gonna say, tribe.
It's your
Because
tribe.
just like me, I'm like, we're all
Just your tribe. Well,
it's like just your tribe.
Just in terms of your value about eating
Yes.
a certain way. That's really what I
Yes.
was going for.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's
I mean,
important.
because so I always said that the group was about Black culture, about wellness, and about compassion. And I've had times where people will say, well, it's Black Vegan life, can I come? I'm not Black, or my husband's not Black, or whatever. And your husband doesn't have to be Black, you don't have to be Black, but you need to be okay in a Black space, in a Black culture. So,
Yeah, no, that's good.
yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
wellness and compassion. So,
Yeah, and I know, Trish is very passionate about animals, and being a vegan for her is very political in some respects.
For me, it's a social justice movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I respect
And
that
all
too.
the good, yummy wellness benefits and deliciousness is just kind of like a side effect, which is awesome. But yeah, it took me a long time to get there. So I never have any feelings about people who are not there because I know most of my life I was not there.
Yeah.
Just to have awareness around that.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
And it takes time. I mean, I think I'm so grateful for the movement that's happening now with people being more mindful about what they're putting in their mouth. Now, I know some people, that's skewed for some people, right?
You don't need to work on the camera.
Okay, that's cool. And I can help you too if you need me to. You know,
Um,
I know that that's skewed for some
Okay.
people. You know, there might be a health challenge that they're trying to address, you know, or they might even think that it's a fad. But the fact that
Right.
people are eating more plants and they're really working to be healthier, to me, it's fine. Doesn't matter what your reason is. The fact that you're going in that direction is the most important thing.
right. So I
Right.
want this
I know you
bowl.
wanted that bowl.
I know you see me eyeing it. I'm like, yeah, but I need that bowl.
You need that. You need
Okay.
that.
Do you want to just
So what I can
strip
do?
the?
Yeah, I can strip them.
Yeah, you can strip them.
I can strip them. Yeah.
Because usually I strip them and then I shred them
All right. So one of the
And
things that
then-
we're gonna do is we're gonna take
and I
off.
rub them.
Ooh, we're gonna rub them. Look. That sounds.
I gotta rub them.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Isn't that so funny?
Yeah. So we're
Like,
gonna take
you
this
can't
off.
rub them. I have to.
You,
It's
like
like
you
that.
put your energy, right? You put your vibrations in the kale.
And usually when my dog's around,
You give
they
me
go
some.
crazy. Sauce.
Really?
He's like a bone.
What?
Oh yeah, he'll fight me.
So
for some
is he
sweet
vegan
potato,
too?
My
Is he
dog is
vegan?
vegan, yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
look at that.
Yeah, I've been
Very
posting
vegan.
him on Instagram with all his eating shenanigans because he's so hilarious.
Now this is also, I know that you give this to your dog, but this is also really good to pop in the juicer, and you know, if you have
Oh yeah.
some
Well,
carrots
that's good, 'cause
or
I never think
yeah.
about what to do with it.
yeah, you can cut them up and you can saute
I mean,
it as
sometimes
well.
and sometimes I would leave them in, but I think I like to sell a little better with them out.
Yeah,
You know, like if you
Okay.
check it small, you could leave them in. Like if you don't want to throw anything away,
yeah.
you certainly do not have to.
Look at how pretty that is. The other thing is like this is a really good variety of kale
I was just
to
gonna
make
say,
kale
yes.
chips.
I
This
was
is
gonna say
good.
I don't like the dinosaur kale for my salad.
You don't like
the
those?
lobstinato, whatever
Yes,
that
yes,
stuff
yes,
is.
yes.
I've done it before, and it's just not here. It's just not the same to me.
Yeah, and actually that varietal is very good on the bitter side.
Yeah, maybe
It's
that's
very,
what it
it's
is.
bitter. It's just a bitter kale. This one is a lot sweeter, I find.
I like the texture better.
It's very, it's
And
just
the
lighter.
quality
It's
holds
beautiful.
up.
I love it.
Nicer.
Look at this,
Am
y'all.
I gonna run out of space in that bowl?
You know what? But as we
Yeah, what's up with-
massage,
Yeah, that's true. It's all gonna drop.
it's gonna just kind of, right? So look at how pretty that is, right? And you know, kale is a winter vegetable.
Let me get in here.
You can grow this actually because our weather here in Atlanta is so versatile. You can actually grow kale throughout the year, but it is a winter. It flourishes the best in the winter, and then you just got to make sure you manage it so that it doesn't fringe or get burnt. The leaves get burnt in the summer. All right, so.
You could cut this, or you could just shred it like how I'm doing.
Mhm.
You know, whatever floats your boat.
All right.
But either way, you're gonna have to get in there to massage it. Like I've had people say to me, "How do you massage it? Do I use a spoon?" No.
Just your hands, yeah.
You gotta go in.
You gotta go in. That's true. You gotta go in.
Yeah.
All right, that looks good. Do we have more? Do we need more? Or you want us to wait?
You know what? I think it might just make it complicated trying to fit that in the bowl. I'll leave
Okay.
that there. We
Cool.
can just work with this.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have some really good pieces. It's nice and tender.
Yeah. So what I learned is when I first went vegan and I would read stuff about massaging kale, I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" But what I learned is that it's actually tenderizes it, so it's not so like leafy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It has a nice texture to
So
it.
what kind of oil are we using today?
So this is just some olive oil.
Okay.
I was gonna say I hope it's cold pressed. Picked it up so fast. Yeah, so it's cold pressed
Yep, cold press from Spain.
from Spain. La di da.
La-di-da.
Well, the other interesting thing though is that when I used to see stuff like La di da Spain, I'd be like, yeah,
But
whatever.
is that a place?
La di da Spain.
I thought you were gonna tell me it was a place.
No, what I was going to tell you is that the significance of some of the European stuff is that their food laws are better than ours.
Yeah.
So usually, you know, it's like, it's from Spain, but usually
That's
it actually
a good
is
thing.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So we saw olive oil from like Detroit. There'll be a problem, right?
especially if you were in Spain and you saw olive
You
oil
know-
in Detroit. Like, okay, no.
We're not doing that, right? Okay.
So when you massage it,
Oh, look how pretty it is! Like the
it
colors.
gets darker.
So Bible, we gotta show
Yeah.
folks this. Look at me. I'm eating. I'm eating as we go.
Doesn't even have any
Look at
seasoning on it.
this.
You're
Look
just
how
like,
pretty that is, y'all.
Can you see it? Oh.
And actually, you know what? You can taste the olive oil on the leaves. I've never experienced that before because my palate's clean from this. And it doesn't have the lemon juice and all those things on there, so you can really
actually
just
taste it.
taste it. It was really
And
nice.
you do want your olive oil to be cold pressed, and you really don't want to heat olive oil because it breaks down at high temperatures and it gets all toxic and crazy on you. So, okay, so that should be
that
good.
looks good.
And then,
what else?
do you want me to peel the sweet potato
I can
and
do it.
you
I can do it.
shred it, or you peel and I shred, or you gonna try and just go crazy do
I do
all the
everything.
peeling and all the shred?
Yeah, why not? You can do something else.
Well, so I'll talk about my business.
Do that.
Because we talked about Black Vegan Life a little bit. So I launched my business, which is honeybutterflies.com.
I love that name. So cute.
A couple months ago. And it's Honey Butterflies with a Z. Honey, H-O-N-E-Y, butterflies.
.com.
F-O-I-Z.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. But anyway, so the business is really around inspiring people to, you know, no, here, do it here. Really inspiring people to identify and pursue their passions. So it's products and services to support that. And we have some events that are going to be coming up. So January 11th, these are things I haven't posted yet, but I will be posting shortly. So January 11th, I'm going to be hosting a luncheon at Urban Fix.
Ooh.
I know.
That's your spot.
I know, this is delicious. It's delicious, and they have a really nice private dining room.
Yeah, they do.
So it's going to be electronic vision boarding. You know, so in the past I've done vision boarding where it's like, you know, arts and crafts, and you got to put all your magazines and your glue and get all stuck to each other and stuff. So we're not going to do that this time.
This is 2020 version of vision boarding. All right, you taking it up because it's a new decade.
There you go, right?
All right.
So I'm going to teach folks how to do electronic vision boarding. We'll do a delicious lunch, and
Did
then
you invite me?
girl, you can get your invitation. You'll be all right.
Okay.
And then I also want to include some coaching components in it. You know, so we'll do some goal setting, establishing goals. There's like 8 main areas of your life that you can kind of look at and kind of see where you want to set goals. And then I also want to do a little bit of guided meditation.
Can I?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Because what I've learned is that you can't set any goals if you don't get still long enough to know what it is
That's
that you
true.
even have going on inside your head.
That's true.
You know? So, I want to do something else. But anyway, so I'm putting that together.
I
And
love
it's coming
that.
out shortly.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I'm gonna have some sort of giveaway or connection around my coaching services. So like if you do the luncheon, it'll probably be like a discounted charge if you wanted to have some coaching follow up. So there's that. And then I'm waiting to get final word, but I think I had spoken to you about doing something at Cecili's in the
Oh yeah, the meditation.
Yeah. So this is gonna be, and I think it's gonna end up being either Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I have to finalize. But it's called, you ready? Okay, it's going to be the Courage to Dream series. You like that? Courage to Dream. Because you know we can't.
I do. I love
Well,
it.
because honestly, I think so many times we lose that courage to dream. You know, we start where we're in this space where, you know, you go to work, you get your check, you know, and you do all the things you're supposed to do. And then you don't realize that you haven't, like, dreamed in, like, 5 years.
Yeah, I love that.
Because you're scared, like, it's going to work out.
Or that you're too busy doing all the things that you have to do to pay bills. I don't have time to do this other thing, you know.
Right.
So I love that.
Yeah. But even if you don't do it, you should at least have it. Because you don't know what you're going to not do yet if you never dream it.
Yeah. So someone once told me that courage, I think it's so beautiful. They say courage is fear that said a prayer.
Oh, I like that.
I love that. Courage
thought
is
you were
fear
gonna
that said a
say-
prayer. Because you're still gonna do it anyway. That's the courage.
Yeah. I guess there's another saying where people say, encourages being scared and doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Because people think people who are courageous are not
Yeah,
scared.
not afraid.
We just be scared and we just do it anyway.
We just go for it anyway, exactly. All right,
Okay,
so we got
the
this in.
shredded sweet potato.
Yep.
We got the kale massage with
You
the
want me to
olive
open up the
oil.
avocado?
Yeah, which one was the one that I liked? I think it's this one. This feels pretty good.
So we need, where's my knife? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so one of the ways that you know that you have a fresh avocado, you can actually take that little piece off, and you see how bright green that is?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know that it's a good one.
Oh.
If it is dark, then that means that it's
Leave it in the store.
just leave it. That's how you know.
Now, what if you take it off and then you don't eat it right away? Did I just unplug the cord or something?
No, what you're doing is you're activating it. So whenever I buy avocados, if I want it
Well, look
today,
at that. Now, look who knows how to pick an avocado.
if I do. If you wanted to eat it today, then it's okay if it's super soft. But if I don't want it today, I try to make sure it's firm, because within 24 to 48 hours, it'll be exactly the way I want it to be.
Okay.
So,
And see, the way you do that whole thing scares me. I'm
oh,
like, girl, because you look like you about to cut yourself.
give me a
You
spoon.
look like you need to be a professional.
Girl, I am a professional.
I know, but I'm saying it for us who are not professionals.
Girl, I am a professional. Look, this is how you take the pit out. By the way, you don't get rid of this.
See, when you do that,
The
scares me too.
bomb.
Oh, Lord. But I've
Bomb.
seen her do that with a big knife.
Right? Do you
And
see
stop
that?
showing people how to do that.
Look at this. Right?
You're going to have somebody calling you up.
No. Right? And so that's how we get rid of the pit. But you don't want to get rid of the pit.
Yes, tell me about the pit.
The pit
Let
is
me do this
super
one.
high
Let me talk
in
about the pit.
potassium. Super good for you. So what you can do is you can cut it, and then you can put it inside of your blender with your smoothies, and you can utilize it as medicine. It's so powerful. It's so good for you. Okay. So you saw my way. Slice,
Yeah.
scoop out. Now she
See,
is.
just peel it.
Yeah, this is fine
See?
too. This works. That works. Yes. And then you're gonna
That
just
way.
cut it
Although
up.
I do this.
What are you talking about?
But I can feel it. I don't know. Everybody's got, well, this just goes to show everybody's got their own
Own
ways.
unique way. Exactly.
Mhm.
All right, so then you're gonna
I
massage
just
this all
smash
in.
it up. Yeah, so good.
All right, I'm excited.
Good looking right here.
It looks really
You
good.
can, you want to toss that stuff?
Where should we put it?
It's right behind.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
All right, and then we're gonna massage it even more with more love. You know those avocados are super good for you. Gives you all those essential fatty acids that you need. All right, it's really, really good for you.
So.
And it's like a natural dressing, right?
It is.
So
Mhm.
you don't need, y'all. You don't really need
to be
to.
buying bottles of stuff.
You don't need it. It's all in our
That was
head.
one of the big things I learned when I went vegan too. I was
Mhm.
like, I didn't make just like little things are so
Mhm.
simple now.
Yeah.
Like I just grew up. My mother used to buy the wishbone Italian dressing
Yup.
in that bottle, and if that was not in our house, you know,
$1,000.
shoes might start flying.
Ranch,
Like that had to be there.
Caesar, ranch.
Yeah, all that other stuff she didn't care about. She had the Italian because she used it for everything. Like she
Mhm.
would cook with it, you know, or marinate with it. It
Oh,
wasn't
you talking
just
about the little
dressing.
Italian one?
The wishbone.
The wishbone Italian? Yes,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
You know, yeah. That was. Yeah, there were certain things, and now I'm just like,
You don't need none
what
of
are we
that.
doing with that?
All right, so can I add for you since your hands are?
Yeah, I got to get my hands out of this and eat my way out of this.
So should I add nutritional yeast?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna add this. Look, nutritional yeast. This
It
is
is
a
so good.
a B vitamin.
Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, because our bodies don't produce B vitamins, this is a really good.
I was learning a lot about
Wait,
B vitamins
get that.
too, because I was always trying to understand why, if plant-based is the optimal, you know, for the body, why they would say vegans need B12. And then I learned, and if I, you probably can correct me if I messed it up, that that B12 really comes from the soil.
Mm-hmm. And the
because
soil
the
is
soil
depleted.
is so depleted
That's it.
that what they do is they give the B12 supplement to the animals.
So that they can
See how
actually.
they did that?
Yep. They take our stuff.
And then they can say, oh, well, you gotta eat meat. I'm like, wait a minute, you just did the flim flam on me.
Yes.
You know?
Always the flim flam. All right.
Okay, good.
What else do we need to add? I added a little salt,
Okay.
a little nutritional yeast.
Yeah.
Anything else? I have sage.
Garlic. Yes, I love sage in everything for no reason, but I also think it makes me smarter, so I just keep going with it. You know, it's
You're
supposed
sage.
to.
You're sage.
It's supposed to be a brain food.
Well, you know what? I love thyme. Thyme is one of my foods.
I
that I
think
put in
thyme's
everything.
crunchy. Isn't it crunchy?
Thyme is not crunchy. It's very fragrant and pungent.
I'm
And
obsessed with dill. That's
dill
like
is
my
really
one.
wonderful too. That's awesome.
Okay.
All right. That looks so good. I want to add some more olive oil. Can we add some more?
Yeah, we certainly can.
Okay, then we're gonna let the ladies taste this. Oh, you can smell all the
Do we put
garlic.
pepper? We forgot pepper.
You want to put some black pepper?
Or should I try that pink pepper oil? What do you think about that?
Well, you know what?
Is
You
it
didn't really
pepper?
like it. It's
Is it
good.
weird?
I love it. I would put some paprika.
Oh, I don't want to do it.
You want to do that? You have black pepper?
I think I have.
Put some of this.
Oh, here's some cayenne. That'll work. What'd you put more? I want you.
This is so good.
Doing stuff I'm not looking. Okay, see.
So
everybody
Trish
doesn't
and I were
like it.
talking. We don't measure. She just.
Yeah, I don't measure.
There you go.
Look, Ebony knows that.
Now I noticed that you didn't add. I'm curious. Did
Did I
you
miss
use
something?
amino acids? Do you use any of those?
Oh no, I don't put amino in here.
You
Should
know,
I?
like, no, you shouldn't. Not. I mean, you do what you want
I've
to
never
do.
tried it with amino.
So people love the liquid aminos. It's very flavorful.
I have it in my fridge. I usually cook with it.
Yeah, you can do that too. But people
Yeah.
put it in the kale salad because it makes it taste like
Really?
very rich. Yeah. But I love that you don't put that in yours. That's good.
Okay, well
Mhm.
maybe next time I'll try it. But this time it's black vegan kale salad.
This is black.
Like vegan
vegan.
life kale salad.
I'm ready. What's up? Let's do this.
All right, so
Where is a plate?
all right.
It looks really good.
Thanks.
Now, is this how simple you make yours, or are there other things that you would put in this?
No, usually that's it.
This is it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so different. I
You're
love
making
it.
me feel some kind of way.
Why?
You think I need to throw some more stuff in there?
No, I love how simple it is, but I'm just asking, you know, just for versatility for some people.
I mean,
who
the
might be
thing is,
looking.
I mean, it's a base, so like if you wanted to put stuff in there, you could.
Mhm.
But honestly, you know what? I even thought about it when I was out earlier. I was like, maybe I'll put some of this, maybe I'll. But I really
It's
like it.
simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do really like it like this.
And I love that there's a few ingredients. Like, I mean, we added the seasonings just to kind of spruce it up, but sweet potato, kale,
And sometimes
avocado,
I use carrot.
olive oil. Yeah, well, that's kind of like the sweet potato, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it could be carrot instead. And you want to try that? Well, you already tried it. Didn't you cheat?
No, I didn't cheat. I was going to cheat, but I
But
didn't.
you were adding more spices. So you were adding spices before you tasted it? Is it not ready? No?
Wow.
I could take more pepper.
This is so good. You have to give some to the ladies.
You said ladies, not men.
Ladies
Okay,
and
I'm gonna go
gents.
out. So, Trish, also tell them about the retreat that's coming out. We cannot forget about that.
I know, I'm so excited. Okay, so
And I'll start making plates.
this spring, April 17th to the 20th, is going to be our Black Vegan Life Spring Retreat. And the kind of theme name is Thinking Outside the Chrysalis, because again, I'm obsessed with butterflies. And I learned that the chrysalis is like the butterfly cocoon. So I love the metaphor, the imagery of kind of breaking out of your shell, especially as we're going into a whole new decade. This is the last month.
It's the
before
last
new
few
decade.
days, y'all.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh my god.
This is the time.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be amazing. Well, you're gonna be there. of
I'll be
course,
there.
doing
Yep.
a workshop.
We'll be doing something
I'll be there
nice.
doing a whole lot of good stuff. Doing some workshops, teaching some yoga, doing some guided meditation. And then we have Dr. Ruby's going to be out there doing a presentation. She's a plant-based physician.
Lovely.
Yeah. And a bunch of other names. There's about 7 of us who are going to be participating.
Awesome.
But Callaway Gardens is just really a beautiful
I've
space.
never been. Everyone talks so much about Callaway Gardens.
And the cottages are really
I'm
nice.
excited about that.
Yeah, they're all like newly renovated. And the funny thing too, like I didn't even realize they have a butterfly sanctuary out there.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
would-
do?
You would have thought I planned that, but I didn't.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But it's really going to be a and an opportunity for people, again, to be able to set aside time for yourself.
Yeah, I love it.
Get still, you know, have some resources to help you have camaraderie with other women of color, you know, and really be able to walk away from the weekend not only rested, because sometimes, you know, we go away for vacation, you come back more
all
tired. So come back not only rested, but also, you know, with some new ideas and a refreshed vision, you know, for not just the new year, but the new decade.
That's, man,
So-
y'all, 2020. I remember when that was just a thought. I was a little kid. I was like, 2020. Whoa.
And it's funny because it's like, well, what you gonna be doing 2030 if you don't have a plan in 2020?
2020. Nothing. So I also wanted to tell people about the sweat that I have coming up.
Okay.
And so on December 28th, so in preparation for 2020, we've been doing these sweats now maybe 6 to 8 months out of the year. And the sweats, this will be the winter solstice sweat. And we call it the Midnight Retreat in preparation for the new year, sound sweat. So there's going to be, of course, essential oils there. We'll also do some sound healing.
Nice.
All right, yes. Food, music, intention setting for the new year. Just a really beautiful time for people to go inward and get ready for 2020.
Nice.
And so if you guys are interested in participating in that, we'll definitely put the link to that event inside the comments. We'll also make sure that we put the link to all of Trisha's events, Black Women Life, website, everything. So you'll see those in the comments as well, just so that you are connected. If you're looking for, you know, just some folks who are out there doing some really cool vegan experiences, Black Vegan Life, those experiences that you want to, or groups that you want to be a part of, for sure.
And it's free.
And it's free.
So there you go.
And the retreat, you know. So if you are trying to get away, if you are just needing some inward time, you need some time away from your friends, your family, you want some transformation work to happen, this is going to be the retreat for you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another thing is that, you know, the group isn't only for people who are already vegans. A lot of people are curious about plant-based lifestyle, you know, want to learn a little bit more. So you don't have to be vegan to come to the retreat or to be a part of Black Vegan Life.
Love it. Awesome. All right, so we made some amazing food today. We made the wonderful sweet potato pie
Sweet potato pie
juice and our Black Vegan Life. Now you gotta serve this when you have events. We have our Black Vegan Life signature kale salad, right? You have to serve
There
this.
you go.
Boom.
There you go.
That's yours, right? Take a picture with the shirt and everything, right?
There you go.
All right, is there anything else that you want to share with the viewers out there?
I don't think so. I think I talked about everything.
Yes.
And, well, I can say, I gave the website, honeybutterflies.com. On Instagram, I'm vegan_honeybutterflies. And Facebook is vegan honey butterflies.
Awesome. All right, so
With
we'll
a Z.
make sure that we put all of those links in the comments. And you can go in there if I mess up. Put a Z or add
Look,
something.
I was hoping you could go in there in case I mess up. We'll check each other's work.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. So we are about to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure that you guys are taking care of yourselves. We have like the last few weeks before the year, you know, is done. Like 2019 is almost gone.
I know.
All right, so just make sure that you are setting some amazing intentions for yourself. Make sure that you are thinking about what's next, you know, next year, next 5 years, next 10 years. And for some people, that is a challenge. That's overwhelming. So, but the thought of just even, you know, making some goals, that's possible. And also you have work with the coach. So if you're interested in getting your body right, you know, your physical body right, you're working on, you know, changing your diet, you can check me out. You can always go to Chef Beee with 3es.com. I do health coaching as well. Of course, you do more life coaching,
Yes.
right?
Self-actualization.
Self-actualization coaching. So if you're trying to get your life right, you can go to Trish. Right? If you're trying to get your diet right, you can come to me. Okay? So, you know, there is someone for everybody.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Reaching for your dreams.
Reaching for your dreams. I love it. All right, well, thank
Right,
you so much for
thank
being
you
my
so
guest.
much.
Long overdue.
Yes,
You
yes,
made it
yes.
happen.
Yes, that's exciting.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.
All right,
Have an
bye-bye.
awesome Sunday.